Hello and welcome to the middle of the month Great British Mickey Waffle. It's the 15th of May 2022 and we're looking forward to welcoming our special guests for this show. But having missed the start of the month show, can I just say hello to my fellow wafflers, Ben, Jill and Peter. I'm back, guys.
Yay!
Hi, John. How was your holiday?
It was nice. I was only away a week. It feels as if I've been away forever. You know, it's like going away for a fortnight when you miss a podcast recording. So
you didn't bring the lovely weather back with you, I'm guessing.
No, I didn't. I'm gutted with that. But anyway, I'll tell you what, I'm delighted to miss so much of that first of the month show because actually I would have been on the naughtiest step of all, even with Claire and Lloyd. And that I've got to say, the opening 10 minutes of that show, it would just do it. I've had me a bit of giggles ever since. And actually, I'm dead proud that it wasn't me who started it. So for those people who listen regularly and they think that I'm the one who starts all this stuff, it's not me.
It's not always you.
It's not me. It's them. It's them. I'm dead proud now. So there they go. Anyway, as our friends of the show know, we dedicate our middle of the month show to speaking to friends in the Disney community. And this month we are joined by a couple who I think my fellow wafflers know much better than I do. But can I just say a massive welcome to Carina and Lee, more popularly known as C&L Wandering on YouTube and social medias.
Hello.
Good evening, guys. Hello again.
It's good to have you on the waffle. It really is. It's been brilliant to sort of watch some of your stuff and get to know you. I know we'll come on to all of that and stuff like that during the show. But yeah, a big welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And before we get acquainted, I'm going to set you with a challenge now. If you've been listening regularly, you might have been able to do a little bit of homework on this, and if not, don't worry because it's dead hard. And it's always good to just chuck at people because you actually get to know a little bit of the Disney background of them as well. So this is our new for 22 Carousel of Questions. As we always say, go with the heart. It's not Mr. and Mrs. You don't have to have the same answers to score points or anything like that. You can have different answers. You can argue about it after the show. And if it does cause a divorce, the Great British Mickey Waffle accept no responsibility whatsoever. Blah, blah, blah. Please read small print and sign accordingly at the bottom. Anyway, are you ready?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, here we go. Carousel of Questions. When did you first step into a Disney park?
I just stepped foot in the Disney park when I was about 6 or 7 for the first time.
And mine was, when did we first go?
In 2017.
2017. Honeymoon, yeah.
Ah, cool.
Which parks were they?
Florida.
Yeah, both of them.
Both Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Which Pixar character do you most relate to?
Ooh. Pixar character.
You're the angry guy off of what's it called?
Is it from Inside Out?
Inside Out.
Inside Out. Your anger. Okay.
What was I put you as? Carl, because you're like an old man.
Oh yeah, all right, we'll go with that.
You've got a speed in it. That's it. You like this at life.
Oh, you could have said, oh no.
Definitely not Lightning McQueen. You're not quick enough for that.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, that's fab. That's fab. Go on, Peter, move them on quick. We've got two great answers for those two.
Which are your favourite bathrooms?
Not at home. Not at home. At Disney.
It can be either
in a Disney park.
In a Disney
not
park.
just generally. Yeah.
I think
doesn't have to be WDW.
Love the lights and stuff like that.
Favourite bathroom?
Favorite bathroom at Disney. You probably don't remember any bathroom.
I have no idea.
No. I'll point it out to him in this trip.
Where was it, sorry?
When we go on Sunday, I'll point out toilets.
I have no idea. When we first went to Walt Disney World, I just had no idea. It was all new to me.
You just held it in. That was it.
I went in the hotel.
Oh dear.
Cool. Right, my question. What is your favorite Disney mountain?
Big Thunder at Paris.
Space Mountain at Paris.
Oh.
Very good choices.
Yeah.
The current overlay of Space Mountain or one of the other two? Okay.
And hyperspace. Isn't it?
Hyperspace. Yeah.
Space Mountain,
Yeah.
yep.
We never got to experience the Man with the Moon and stuff like
No.
that. So
We got to experience the Mars version. All right.
Well, you did, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. There we go. Next one. Who is your favourite villain and why?
I'm honestly waiting for you to say you're.
Probably Maleficent.
Yeah, here we go.
Because she,
He actually told me Maleficent. Just an FYI.
I always have.
Oh,
Why I just don't know.
I don't know. Mine would be Dr. Facilio.
ooh,
Oh,
nice.
Interesting choice.
that's a good one. That.
He's one. If you ever go to like obviously any of the Halloween parties and he's in the street, his banter is spot on.
Yeah. When we did it in California, it was amazing. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Which Epcot World Showcase country is your must-do?
Italy for the pizza and the wine.
Germany for the beer.
So never
was-
mind all the pavilions. And
No, that was you answered that in the quickest time ever.
Yeah.
No, to anyone who's done the question so far, and you've
Yeah.
actually given the best answers.
All about the food.
We know they're alcohol related. I like that. That's
You know what we're going to Epcot for.
yeah.
What is your favourite Magic Kingdom land?
I'm going to say
Frontier.
Frontier.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
What's particularly good about Frontierland?
Thunder Mountain.
Yeah, that Big Thunder Mountain is the best. Out of the 3 parks that we've done, that's the best
Yeah.
one.
Cool. I don't know much about Frontierland in Disneyland. Is it very different?
It's more like, well, it's kind of like you've got New Orleans and stuff like that. but
Yes, of course. Yeah.
it does feel very different.
Yeah. Cool.
So, but it's still fantastic. So obviously you see like Tiana walking around and, you know, I'm trying to think of who else. The guy in, my brain's gone. Who is it? In Princess and the Frog.
Prince Naveen.
Naveen.
He's walking
We
around.
watched it last night.
I know.
Cool. Oh, brilliant.
They just wander around,
Yeah.
so it's a bit of a different.
That's the good thing about California. Then the characters just walk around and you can go up to them. Like obviously in World and stuff, you can't.
Yeah.
They're just
No.
great.
It is on our bucket list for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my question: favorite nighttime parade or fireworks spectacular in Walt Disney World?
Ever.
Fireworks is to me is the Paris.
But they said Walt Disney World, so it'd be
Oh,
Wishes.
We'll let you have DLP if you want.
No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One World, we'll go Wishes.
Yeah, because we didn't. Both of us have still to this day avoided watching Happily Ever After
Still never seen it.
because we were meant to go out before
Yeah.
Oh,
it was on.
So we didn't want to ruin it on the vlog or
So-
whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
So we've never got to experience Happily Ever After, but we've still never actually watched it.
Oh. Yeah, we never got to see it
Yeah.
because it was Wishes when we last went. So yeah.
Yeah.
Wishes finished about
Like
2 weeks after we were there. So.
Oh.
2017, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were out there. We managed to see the last Wishes and the first Happily Ever After on our trip.
Nice.
you just love saying that, Ben.
Oh yeah,
don't
I've got
you?
I've got a
You
T-shirt.
just love
Sure,
saying that.
they had the T-shirts for the last Wishes, but they didn't have any T-shirts saying it was like Happily Ever After.
Yeah.
So Disney missed the trick on merchandise there.
They don't often miss that. And I must admit, I did get the Wishes farewell T-shirt as well.
We saw Holiday Wishes as well, which we absolutely loved.
Mm.
That would have been good.
That was our favourite.
For you love Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
It's favourite
Early
fire show,
minute, early
favourite
minutes.
castle,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So, what World of Colours also good.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, great answers like that. So, what's your favourite restaurant outside of the parks?
I hope so.
We always, I know it sounds dead thingy. We always go Hooters.
Yeah, we do.
Excellent.
And not just for that reason.
No, the food's
Yeah,
good.
that reason, but the food's good as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just good because obviously when we went last time, wrestling was on. And they had like Monday Night Raw and all that on, so we were just kind of chilled, a couple of beers and watching it in there.
Okay.
Cool.
Top notch. That every time I mention Hooters, I get into trouble. I keep leading people astray. So hence the reason in the first of the month podcast, it wasn't me. There you go. Just saying. Go on,
We
Ben.
have a picture of an owl outside.
It's to do with owls, isn't it? Yes. Yes.
It's an
Totally
owl.
innocent. Yes.
Yeah. Great
Nothing
food.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
great.
We've done it in every time we've gone to America.
We always go.
We always find the Hooters for some.
Yeah.
Because every time.
Consistent.
Yeah,
Just give you discount.
that's who it's called.
I like it. There you go, you see.
Okay, final question. Food and wine or flower and garden?
We've only ever done flower and garden. So we were meant to do food and wine when the trip was meant to happen its original time. Obviously now we're doing flower and garden for its second time.
Right, okay.
Cool.
And that's kind of like us. We were supposed to go in January this year and do arts,
Festival of the Arts, yeah.
but we're going in November, so we'll have to do food and wine again.
We'll have to, yeah.
Have
We'll
to.
be-
Let's just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although they're starting it in July this year, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting earlier and earlier.
They've got rid of the gap between was it
Flower and
Flower and Garden? Because there used to be
Yeah.
a month gap between Festival of the Arts and Flower and Garden, and
Yeah.
that was like 2 weeks, and now it's like a week or two different between.
It's going to be like Halloween and Christmas, isn't it? It's going to be like booths closed. Next morning, new booths open.
People call it Diet Epcot when it's got no
Nothing.
festival on. There's
No.
an actual Twitter page called Diet Epcot.
Okay.
And it actually puts up pictures. They must go when there's like no festival on, and honestly, it's quite fun.
It's that 1 week where there's no one there.
It's
That's the thing you want to be there.
Yeah.
but it's really nice. It used to occur kind of in August, you know, at the hottest time of the year, and it was when it was probably the biggest amount of time when Brits were out there, and you had probably for the start of August, you had the whole of the width of every single bit of pavement all the way around World Showcase, and then probably towards the end of August, then they stopped bringing back the booths, and it get a little bit tighter in different places. They just leave them there now. They don't even bother pretending. Just leave it there. We'll just
Take
retheme
the
it.
sign down, put a new one back
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So it was in 2019, I think, that Food and Wine started on 29th of August,
Yeah.
which was the same date that Galaxy's Edge had opened. So everyone had the choice between going Galaxy's Edge or Epcot for Food and Wine.
Oh,
Oh,
It's probably
So if you
quite
didn't get
quiet.
to Galaxy's Edge, you had an alternative. That was basically it.
That would have been a tough choice.
Magic Kingdom was probably really quiet
Yeah.
for once.
I would
Yeah.
instead go Food and Wine because Galaxy's Edge would have been chaotic.
You're right.
Yeah.
Your Star Wars fan. There's only one place I've not got.
We'd be separating
Yeah.
them.
yep.
Bye.
I'll be in Galaxy's Edge getting a Ronto wrap. That would be my plan.
We've done obviously Galaxy's Edge in California.
I've not done it.
We've not done it in
Wow.
Florida yet, so yeah,
Wow.
it'll be weird, obviously, because we'll still think in our heads
Mm.
because it's in the actual main Magic Kingdom park.
Yeah.
So we'll come out and both be like, "Oh, it's Toy Story."
And I've still never seen Rise of Resistance.
Yeah, we've not. So
Not watched anything.
Not watched anything.
No.
Okay.
Wow.
You'll enjoy it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
So when did you go to California?
2019,
Cool.
literally just before all this
Yeah.
kind of.
It was sort
Wow.
of on the way now, wasn't it? But we got away with it.
Wow. Yeah.
So yeah,
So in a way, so I'm just trying to piece this together. So you've actually got quite a big Disney journey, and I'm just going to say thank you for your answers for the Carousel of Questions, because actually they were rather astute and very well well put together. But you've actually got a really sort of quite an intense kind of Disney journey, haven't you?
we
You know, and particularly Lee. You know, it's just
Yeah.
I'm more thinking now that, you know, Carina, you've been sort of
When I
since
was a kid.
you were young, and then how did that kind of pick up? Because, you know, I for one, I was late into Disney. You know, I didn't go as a child, But if you go as a child, it kind of sticks with you.
Yeah.
And then you meet people and you kind of say to them that we need to do this, and it goes from there. But
we have a little story of how we ended up going, because originally, because it sounds thing, but I weren't really that bothered about going. Like, I love the Disney stuff, but
and I bet to go for up.
and she was like going, and I was like, that's a bit expensive. Like, as a honeymoon, you don't want to go like all inclusive somewhere, relaxed thing, that and the other. And then obviously, as you can see, big wrestling fans. And then it released. I was watching SummerSlam, and then you think you was upstairs at the time, and then I came up because they'd released where WrestleMania was going to be. And I was like, "Do you still want to go to Florida?" She was like, I was just like, "Well, WrestleMania's going to be there." So,
it landed like 4 weeks, or no, was it 3 weeks after we actually got married?
Right. Okay.
We got married like the middle of March, and then flew out like 2 weeks later. So we had like a week in, obviously doing Disney and Universal. Mania was smack bam in the middle, and then continued. So
it worked out well. And then after that, I just fell in love with it, and we bought annual passes for Paris, and went to California and smashed it.
Wow.
It's really, isn't it strange how that kind of happens though, Lee? Because and I think this is really one of those things that when my first trip, it was under false pretenses because I went to play golf. And it's cost me a hell of a lot of money ever since, I must admit. But it's just like most expensive golf trip I've ever had. But it kind of does it, and it kind of as somebody who's kind of older going into it, you become really absorbed by it very, very quickly, and you kind of understand what your other half has been sort of talking about for a number of years, and then you suddenly think, oh, I've kind of missed out here, So
I have a lot of people who I work with or friends who I'd be like, you go to Disney all the time, like, do you not want to go somewhere else? And I was like, listen, once you go once, because obviously these people have been once you go once, you won't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
You really won't.
It's like an elastic band, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The more you kind of fight against it, you get to that real sort of long stretch, and then it pings you right back in.
Yeah.
Well, I never thought, like, I always wanted to obviously do Disneyland in California, and that was like a bucket list for me. And I think we were at Paris, because we always go to Paris at the same time every year.
Yeah.
And they used to have, if anyone remembers, the how many miles till the next Disney park on the floor.
Yeah. Yes, they do, yeah.
And I'm stood on the one that says Disney Anaheim, and I'm like, bucket list. I really want to go this, that, and the other. Anyway, we then walk around the corner and Planet Hollywood.
I'm going to see if I can find it. Hang on.
Oh, wow.
You'll have to cut this face if you can get this picture. It said Planet Hollywood. The E and the T were working.
They weren't working. And I looked like,
it's a sign!
Literally like 30 seconds.
Oh, genius.
So we come back and we obviously were pricing it up and this, that, and the other. And whatchamacallit, I had never watched any Star Wars film at the time. I don't know how I'd done that. And he was hovering over the pay now button, and he went, if I hit this right now, we are going upstairs and we are watching Star Wars. And I went,
Yeah.
I was like, I'll grab the snacks. Yeah, I don't know where it'll be.
It's just amazing though, and that to me that's the epitome of that whole bit about finding a trip, and actually it's as exciting to actually get to that bit where you're actually booking.
Yeah.
And then you've got the big sort of build up to going. Now, when this show goes out, you guys will actually be at Walt Disney World, which I think is the most amazing thing, given everything that's happened in the past few years. And
can't wait.
Yeah, it's just amazing. I love it because I think already, I know before the show you were talking about the stresses and strains in a way of that sort of pre-trip. The pre-trip sort of excitement is taken away from you because of the testing scenario. So what we'll do is we will continue to watch all your socials and just keep our fingers crossed collectively. And then when the show comes out, then everyone will already know that you're there, and you'll be sunning yourself. You'll be having a great time and all that.
Yeah.
But your Disney park trip list is rather impressive. So I'm gonna. I think Jill and Peter were alluding to it earlier. So
Yeah.
you've been to Anaheim.
Yeah.
Discourse.
Our favourite park, isn't it?
Yeah. I think as much as we love Walt Disney World, I think if we were both given the option of which America park we would go to every year, it probably would be Anaheim over and over again.
Right.
Okay.
There's just a different feel to the park.
Mhm.
And obviously every park has that magic when you scan in and everything. But when you just stood, especially for me, stood at the firehouse and you're looking up at that window with the light on, and you know that light, has been on ever since and stuff like that. And
we did the tour as well,
we
got to go in.
so we went.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So we've done the walk in Walt's footsteps. So I highly recommend for any history fan. Obviously, you're more Disney. You enjoy the parks, but he's not in the history.
I'm not. Yeah, I do know it, but
only because I
not like you.
On it. But
Wow.
it was just some of the bits that like they were saying.
Yeah.
The Nemo ride was originally obviously like these submarines, and Walt wanted this, that, and the other. And when you're just like, oh my god, like, the Matterhorn is a brutal ride.
Yes. Everybody says it is. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't all the local chiropractors bless it every day. Yeah.
We got stuck on it, didn't we? So the first time we went on it, we went right the way round, and then we're at the edge. And the guy went, "Oh, it's gone down, but we're going to send you back."
Well,
around.
no, the section of the track, our car, the section of the track, it went off.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Blah, 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 and then they went, right, fix whatever, and they put us back on. It was like, "Oh, we're sending you home." It's like, "Oh, great, we're test dummies."
But as well, the food at Disneyland, it knocks Florida off the head. Honestly, the standard of food in Anaheim is so much more different.
And we went to the carousel.
Oh yeah, and we also got a private tour of the Griffith Park Carousel. Which is
wow!
So I just randomly thought, I'll message the person who owns the page, or message the page basically. And the guy come back to me and he said, "Oh, I'm actually shut that week for this, that, and the other." I was like, "Oh, it's all right, like it's fine." So then he sent me a message back a couple of days later saying, "Actually, I've just looked on your profile and obviously this, that, and the other." And he was like, "It's your birthday whilst you're here." And it was like, "Oh yeah, we fly out on my birthday." And he went, "Meet me on the Tuesday."
Wow. That's amazing.
It was his birthday, yeah. So
wow,
it was a private tour. We obviously got to go on the actual carousel itself.
We got to sit on the bench. It's all like fenced off, but he was like, "No, come on, get over it."
Oh wow!
There's
I love stuff like that.
two benches that were out there, so no one actually knows which one Walt actually sat on. So one's at Disneyland and one's still at the carousel, and we got to sit on one of the originals.
Oh wow! Cool.
But he gave us like load of like ticket stubs, like replica.
Okay.
Stubs.
Yeah.
Give us a magazine, like a program, and all
wow.
I highly recommend going. It's a stunning carousel.
It is.
That is superb. For a moment there, I had that real vision sort of building up in my mind of was it National Lampoon's Vacation? When they reach Wally World. John Candy turns around and says, "No, sorry, we're shut." No, you're not shut. No.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
As long as you don't go buy a gun, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
So if you're in the States, you're all right. It's fine.
So whereabouts did you stay? Did you stay within walking distance?
Yes. We stayed at, the hotel is now called Hotel Lulu. It's been changed. It was the Red Lion, so it's literally down the boulevard.
Okay,
right.
Yeah.
Look, 10 minutes, if that, to walk to it.
Wow, yeah.
So
we had a Walmart as well.
We had Walmart and then a CVS, and then there was like an IHOP right next to it.
Right. What more do you need?
Yeah. Because this is a recurring theme with you guys, is you manage to find the place that's walkable.
We always look.
Maybe not so much in Walt Disney World, but certainly Disneyland Paris.
Yeah,
because you stayed within like 15 minutes walk.
We all stayed in Bellevue.
Yeah.
But when we did Anaheim, so we flew out on the Friday, and then on the Sunday, if anyone remembers when Thomas Cook went bust,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's who flew us out.
Oh no.
oh
Oh,
my gosh. Oh,
So obviously we didn't have any flights coming home. So we'd just been down to Universal Hollywood, hadn't we? And we come back. And we were in downtown Disney in one of the bars. I think it's the Battlelist, where like it's got a bit of a rooftop bar.
Yes, they did some good food.
Did some really good food and drinks there. And we had this like sampler of beer, and both of our phones went ding. Thomas Cook's gone bust, and we both went.
Well, we had an inkling, didn't we? Because he kept saying it. We was like, "We're fine, we're fine, we're fine."
Yeah.
And then it happened. We was like, "It's definitely not fine."
But with my background from a job many years ago, like I managed to get it like all sorted out and stuff like that pretty quickly. But we ended up having a few extra days.
Okay.
Virgin couldn't fly us out on the day that we originally had.
Well, they did, but it would have gone into London. Then we'd have had to find
yeah.
from there.
So we said, "Oh no, we want to fly into Manchester. You have to provide that. You have to."
Yeah. Yeah.
We were like, right, okay, it'll have to be on Monday or something like that. So obviously, you were on Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
I was on the phone to the credit card company going, I booked an additional hotel. Can I recharge it back because of Thomas Cook going bust? You were like, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
it was at that moment though where it was like, because we had like, at that time we had that credit card which had quite a bit of money on it, and we was like, is there a limit? And he was like, no, you do it. What we sort of both looked to you and like,
should we try the Grand
I wouldn't like to do it, and then they think we're taking the mic, and then but
we just booked one across the road,
Yeah.
but the Sheraton it's called, and if you can get
it was
Amazing.
amazing when you could see fireworks and everything.
Oh wow.
Wow.
we were sat on our balcony one of the nights because we only had like 5-day tickets.
Yeah, so we didn't go in that night.
So we didn't go in one particular night. I think we did something else. That might have been the day we did Knoxbury.
Yes.
Thinking we were going in the next day. So we were sat on our balcony, beer up, because we'd just gone to CVS and just bought a couple of beers. And we just sat watching the fireworks, and it was just like,
Wow.
It was good.
yeah.
Fantastic.
That is the proverbial sort of every cloud having a proper silver lining, isn't it? You know, it was such horrible time for a lot of people, and you guys actually really did.
Yeah.
You really sort of managed that to the best.
Yeah.
Well,
I've got friends that work.
Obviously, it's sad for people that lost the job, but we really benefited it from it in a sad way because we got our flight money back. So we had the premium booked as well, so we got that back.
Yeah.
So literally, we cost. I think the whole 2 weeks holiday cost us about £800, isn't it?
Something like that.
It's so easy to panic in that situation when you think it's cancelled and it's like we had an issue. We were, I think it was 2016. We were out there during Hurricane Matthew, and it was like, well, everything had stopped, but we didn't know what day it was going to come in. It was getting close to the end of our holiday, and it was like, okay, let's get. But luckily, it happened. That Disney closed the park for a day, and nothing. It didn't affect our holiday other than that.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Lucky.
You mentioned you like history earlier. I know that when we took you into Salon Mickey, you really liked it.
Yeah.
I was blown away, obviously, never knowing that it ever existed in our little the local Disney park kind of thing. But never been, never knew it existed, and then going in, seeing it, and it was.
We can't thank you enough.
That's all right.
Yeah, for those who don't know, if anybody's watching, listening, Salon Mickey is a little lounge, which is sort of like the equivalent of Club 33. Obviously, it's not as extensive. It's just a small lounge, and you've got teas, coffees, soft drinks,
very nice
cookies and things. But it's kind of done out in that kind of Walt's era decor. There is a bust of him on the mantelpiece that has scary eyes that follow you around the room. And it's just a lovely little place. And people who are ex-shareholders, as Peter is, members of what was the Shareholders Club, can go there anytime they like. It's open in the mornings, and you can take guests in as long as there's room. And we've actually never had the chance to take guests in before. So it was brilliant for us.
You two were our first, yes.
Yeah.
And it was great to have you, yeah.
It's got that like Carthay Circle vibe.
Right, okay, yeah.
So obviously, again, when you go to Disneyland in Anaheim, if you get to go into Carthay Circle and you see it, that's the kind of vibe it gave me.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Old pictures and stuff like that, and it was just like, oh my god.
And there's the door into the park.
Yeah.
Which makes you feel
royalty.
Yes.
really special. Yeah.
Not having to bother with anything so ordinary as turnstiles or
People
we
were
just
not usually walking out that door, weren't they? And they were like,
Yeah.
really?
What?
Yeah, it's amazing.
So Disneyland Paris, what's your favorite bit of Disneyland Paris then?
What do you mean? What favourite bit is in shows, park, ride, anything?
It's up to you.
For me, it's just walking in, to be honest, because I love how it, like Disneyland Paris, the music and stuff like that. I love Main Street. I could quite happily sit with a cup of coffee on Main Street for a long time.
Yes, yeah, me too. Yeah,
It's the fireworks for me.
Yeah, and I think what they've done with the drones for the 30th is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really.
I think since we went, they've changed it a bit. By the sound of it. Yeah,
they stopped. They used to do a pre-show, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, and that
pre-show and an after show, and I think it's now all just a pre-show,
isn't it? Yeah.
And they've now got the arch going over.
And plus, you can get a glass of champagne now on Main Street. They bring that out every time I've gone, and I'm like, thanks.
I think about the drones is, if anyone's been or whatever, they shut like Fantasyland really early. So at like 6 o'clock, you couldn't go on anything. You could walk through anything. You could go like around, but because obviously they're putting all the drones out and stuff. That was the only.
Yeah. Because we were a bit. What were we going to do? I think
we were just going to go and do like Peter Pan and all that. Like it was quiet. Everyone was waiting.
Because we looked at the times and we were like, they're really, really good wait times. I was like, right, come on, let's go. We got there and you were like, no, you can't go through. That's why it's a really good wait time. So yeah, that was the only thing. But other than that, the 30th, it is incredible what they're doing.
It's amazing. It really is.
I think, obviously, we've not done the 50th yet, but speaking to a couple of people, we're saying the 30th is actually better than the 50th.
Yeah.
From my opinion, yeah, of being able to have done both. It's a difficult one because the 50th opened during sort of more, while the pandemic was still going on, there was still more things that Disney were probably more restricted to what they could do. But Disneyland Paris has been a little bit more, masks were lifted and a lot of other things like that.
Yeah.
So characters have come back a few weeks quicker, and I don't know, I think we'd all expected a little bit more from Walt Disney World from its 50th. But it is what it is. It's,
There was nothing better though than our first day of our trip, getting in the queue straight away to hug Stitch.
Yes.
That got announced, I think, was it like 2 days or 2 or 3 days before we went, and I think I was at work and it came up and I was like screenshotting it and I was like, oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah.
In my mind. Sent you over the screenshot and he's like, what's this? And it's like, and he was like, what, in Florida? I was like, no, Paris.
Stitch is such a good meet.
Oh,
yeah, he's always fun. Yeah.
It is the best. We've done it, obviously, all 3 parts we've been to for years. The best.
Yeah.
Was it in Anaheim that you offered him your last shoe?
Yeah.
And he was going to take it, but his train was too tight.
Yeah, and they signed, because I took a selfie, or he actually took the selfie of me and him. And then I was like, I need you to sign it. So he was like, he grabbed my finger. And then he went.
There's a little bit in the Stitch Live show in Disneyland Paris where Stitch interacts with one of the children in the audience.
I don't do it anymore.
I don't blame you.
You've been Crazy Peter from Space Prison. Yeah. Yes, definitely. Yeah. But there's a bit where Stitch interacts with one of the children and he takes a picture with his camera and then he says that he'll keep it close to his heart and he eats the camera.
Yeah.
And we actually met Stitch at a brunch, a Sunday brunch in Inventions. And I was joking with him and saying that, I'm not going to let you have my camera because I know you'll eat it. And he was trying to grab it and he was rubbing his stomach and going, yum, yum.
That was the one that he saw.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, no, he is absolutely. I love Inventions as well. I cannot wait for the hotel to be finally done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. The new logo is stunning.
It's nice, isn't it? Although, since I saw on social media, somebody said it looks like a shrug. Looks like somebody going like that.
Oh, okay. Just depends on the way you look at it. Just depends on the way you
I
look
can
at it.
sort of see that.
Yeah.
I love
But
that as well. So we've never been able to stay there, obviously the price wise, but we just love going. Is it the Cafe Fantasia?
Yes.
Across the way, and we just love sitting in there and just being like, it's nice and quiet.
It's beautiful. We did manage to go once because we had a little visit from the PPI ferry a few years back. So we did actually manage to have a couple of days unexpectedly there. And just being able to walk out the park gates and just pop up to your room in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Something you can't do in Walt Disney World.
No, every time we'd walked out the gates, we'd looked up and we'd gone, someday, Abu.
We just look at it and just go one day, because there's like particular rooms or suites, isn't there, that open, you can have like the doors open.
Yeah, you look up them.
Yeah.
Castle View suites, things like that. Yeah.
Just imagine being there for the fireworks. Just
you can actually order like a champagne service, can't you, to your room, I believe.
Okay.
We've done the special meal. The sparkling experience,
whatever it's called.
It was like €200 each, and for that you got cocktails in the bar, you got something like a 5-course tasting menu with wines, and then you got champagne and petit fours up in the founders bar, which you can normally only go to if you're staying Castle Club, and a private balcony view of the fireworks.
Nice.
And it is one of the most amazing things we've ever done.
Nice.
Yeah.
So with your trip to Walt Disney World next week, what have you got planned?
A lot.
we have a spreadsheet.
Is it laminated yet?
My job is on Excel, so it's going to be on a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
He laughs at me because whenever we mention it, my little MacBook comes out, and he's like, "Are you going on to numbers, love?"
Hey, it works though. So.
It works.
Yeah.
We're obviously we're staying on site. We're staying at Pop Century, so this is our first time staying on site at Disney.
Right. Okay.
We stayed in Cabana Bay last time.
Yeah. So, and we really like Cabana Bay. Well, obviously, when we originally booked this, we had the Disney dining plan and like that. So obviously we've got Walt Disney World, we've got Universal, but we have got a night booked at the Hard Rock.
Oh.
So again, that was booked at the original trip because we were going to go and do Horror Nights. So that we've just kind of rolled that forward every time.
Yeah.
You'll love the Hard Rock anyway, because even as you walk around the hotel, just looking at the memorabilia within it, it's worth going to the Hard Rock just for one night anyway. It's wonderful, amazing place.
You get unlimited
the Express Pass.
It
makes
yeah. For the cost, it would have cost us for 2 days Express Pass for 2 people. It was just happy to stay over. So.
It's a no-brainer, isn't it? Yeah.
I think we've only paid like £300 for the room. It might even be less than that. So it's just like it kind of made sense. And we've also got one night booked at Margaritaville.
Oh,
okay, cool.
Oh, lovely.
Obviously the new. Well, I think it's been redone, isn't it? The new H2O water park.
Yeah.
We're going to go and do that. Obviously, speaking to someone at Attraction Tickets, and they were telling us all about it. And like you can go. The more daring the slide, you get points which can go towards like food and drinks and things like this. Obviously, so if you want to showcase that, really.
So obviously, the more scarier slide you go on, the more points you get. Stuff. It's really good.
Wouldn't be any good for me. I'd be on a diet that day.
Sheer drop. I'll do most water rides.
I'll do it.
Yeah, you can take mine.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. So we're going to try and cram. We've obviously got SeaWorld and Busch Gardens as well. So we've got to try.
How long are you going for?
2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. That's going to be a busy time. Just gone back to Margaritaville, because actually I think that's where probably a lot of people, when they were on their sort of last visit to Orlando, it's the one. I think it's the one on the 192, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
it used garages and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's taken up a lot of that land that was splendid China and stuff like that, and it's been completely redeveloped. And it's actually the redevelopment there has been so speedy. in a way, because I think certainly from 2017, 18, and then we went in 2019, and they basically, it looks as if they just put this whole thing up, and the water park looks incredible. So I can't wait to see some of your feedback on that, because I think that it looks like something that maybe if you haven't got a Disney ticket would be an amazing day out.
Yeah.
When you've got, and something totally different.
Yeah.
Where you're not feeling as if you're going into.
We thought usually a rest day, but because obviously water parks are an ideal rest day, aren't they? If you think everything's aching, you can just kind of get into the pool and just chill.
Plus, you do need a bit of time away from the Disney park. Everyone knows how tiring it is and stuff. So.
And how busy it is. So we would just take that opportunity to just see something else. We'd love to do the whole, go to Gatorland and things like that, but I think they would have to be on another trip.
Yeah.
And that would be probably a trip that we'd decide if we're doing Universal or if we're only doing Disney or it's that kind of. So, but we've got a lot
to come in.
Yeah.
That's why you need your spreadsheet.
Yeah. Obviously, staying at Pop, you'll have access to the Skyliner.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Are you fans of the ride?
We've never done it. No,
it wasn't there when we went into.
No.
I like the idea.
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
We've got mixed feelings in the team, haven't we? We've got some who are more keen on the idea than others.
I think it's only me and Becca that are the only ones that have been on it.
Yeah,
because it was only heights and she didn't like it at all.
It was only tested when we were last there.
Yeah,
I'd love to go on it, and I think it would also lead into some really good opportunities, just for some vlogging as well. So I can see what's coming here, guys. I really am. I think you're hitting so many different places that your trip. And in case someone's listening to this, we haven't really talked about this at all, but you have absolutely nailed the ability to vlog so much of what you've experienced in the past, and that to me is always one of my regrets. Is I didn't go down the video route, but you guys have done that, and actually, it's all out there. It's on your YouTube channel, but you've also I think you've set yourselves up with a trip there where you're going to actually be able to have so many different things that maybe those people who sat at home planning a trip who haven't been for a number of years, you're going to be able to go and do things that are completely fresh or things that have been really renewed. And I think that excites me, and it's certainly something I'll be looking for when you guys come back.
We're flying into Melbourne as well. So.
We're
flying into Melbourne. So
we've been trying to find vlogs, and there's
and there's no one.
Right.
As in, and obviously Barry's put one out going, but there's not been one visitor. So we would just right. When we land, you run off and do this. I go and do
that'll be
make an opportunity out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Too right. And I think as I was sat at Manchester Airport probably 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever. But actually saw the flight that was going to Melbourne, and actually. For anyone who's listening, it's Melbourne in Orlando, not Australia.
Not Australia.
Please, no, don't get on that wrong flight.
Make sure you get on the right plane. Yeah.
But it's going to be one of those things. I think for us Brits that are going abroad, whereas you're going into quite a provincial airport, and I know we did Fort Lauderdale a number of years ago, where they'd actually done something very similar, and their line was running a lot of British flights into there. Yeah. It is not like going into JFK or into Miami or into Orlando or even into Tampa. It's even more sort of provincial than Tampa, and I think you guys are going to be able to give some really good feedback on that, because to me it seems as if an airline has possibly got themselves an absolutely superb deal.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good thing. I can't decry airlines for doing that, but for the passenger, I'd really love to find out what that experience is like.
Yeah.
And I think.
Go on. Sorry.
No, what I was saying is I want to know what it's like, and I think you guys, unfortunately, you're going to be able to give us feedback that sort of which would then open up and take away that sort of apprehension, because I think way back in the day when people were going to Sanford for the first time, that was possibly the first inkling that people knew that there were 2 airports in Orlando. And it's a similar setup, and it's a similar kind of thing as Sanford. It's not got that big it's not serviced by the big massive airlines, but there's an opportunity to be had there.
We've done a bit of research into it, and like the only international flight is the TUI flight. There is no other.
Right.
So obviously everything's internal. So when you think about it, a lot of people are going to have carry-on bags. You know, when you're doing all your security stuff. So and like when I just feel like we're just going to get in there. We'll just be.
People are saying in groups that in Melbourne Airport that they're on the coach within like 25 minutes.
Wow.
They're seeing obviously MCO.
Yeah.
Imagine 25. It takes you 25 minutes to get off the plane to customs.
Yeah.
MCO. So just for that, and then I know it's an hour. I think it's about an hour and 20-ish away from say like Disney.
Right.
Again,
but MCO is from off the plane to getting your baggage quite quickly, to then get the car hire, then to getting on the road and stuff. You're actually the time scale is going to be something very similar. So I actually think this is something that maybe TUI would like to maybe approach us, and we could actually
try it out.
Come to some form of agreement where we all sort of say, look, I don't mind trying a little TUI trip across there. I'd get the flight straight back again if I had to. It wouldn't bother me.
It's a good location because we've looked at it because of Disney cruises going from Port Canaveral. So and you've got Vero Beach. It's not far from there, so it's just it's quite a good location. That if you don't want to just do Disney,
I believe it was. I remember it used to use if it was used as a United States Air Force base or something to do with space.
So
there's a museum in that. In there.
Museum in it, and
I'm sure it was the Air Force because obviously I'm massive on planes and military and stuff. So I was like,
Well, MCO was an air base.
That's what I was going to say, Peter. Yeah, so the old McCoy air base, isn't it? Which is MCO. Which is where it gets the lettering rather than the Orlando bit. So do you know something? Yeah, we'll try and flag that on our Wednesday waffle show.
Yep.
When you're there and we're reading your socials and stuff like that, because I really do feel for British visitors, I think this could be a really different way of us actually getting there, and then actually understanding that it's not always just based around sort of kind of Orlando. And
I think it's honestly think it's a good thing.
I think too.
I do.
Smart thing for moving out of MCO. Definitely.
And there's so many great things in Florida from if you fly to Miami, Tampa, Fort Lauderdale. There's just so much more to Florida than just being in the Disney bubble. Yeah,
well, I'll tell you one thing. It'd be really good to go just from Melbourne, head north, go to a place called St. Augustine.
Oh, yes.
Because the most incredible town to just for its history more than anything else. And I don't think I've ever had the chance of talking on the waffle about this, but it's just incredible. It is. I think it's the oldest port or something on the
isn't it?
the Floridian border or whatever.
You want to just do a Florida holiday, like go and do everything else?
We were talking and we were saying like maybe do one where we do like drive down to the Keys and this that, because when I was a kid, I did Miami and the Keys.
Yeah.
So, but I don't really remember it. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like that funny age where you don't.
Yeah.
I remember being
you're a kid, you don't absorb your parents' holidays.
It's just, I
have to be there.
Well, Formula One's in Miami now, so we have a reason to go.
Yes. Tickets are so expensive, though. That's the only thing that's put me off.
Secondly,
go on.
Can we put you on the list for next year? Just asking.
Yeah.
We've got there's a growing list of F1 fans that listen to the show who are very keen. Okay, well, we'll add you to that little list.
I'm good because we're in the air
when it's on Sunday.
Yeah,
be all over the telly when you get there. The only thing is, I get into trouble for mentioning about anything to do with sport on the waffle. You see, so it has to be a fleeting reference, and then I always blame it on Carlos from After Hours. It's his fault always.
Okay, we'll bear that one. But yeah,
He lives literally 10 minutes from the track, so
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, do you know something? Miami Grand Prix, any Grand Prix, we'll keep you posted on that one. Don't worry.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Fine by me.
So I was kind of thinking, do you know something? Because you do so much vlogging, how much, and this is again, this is foreign to me because actually I'm a writer, and so how much out of your holiday does that take, or does it just become part and parcel of your everyday existence?
You know what? I don't even think we think about picking up a camera now.
Yeah.
Because we're not. So obviously we've got all these things planned, but we're not someone to go, right, for today's vlog we want this, 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 and this.
Yeah.
It's all wing you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's our holiday that we're vlogging.
I mean, it's like we've said this before. Like when you people, if you want tips and stuff like that, you watch like Jackie and Tim Tracker and all these. That's what you want. Like for all those guys, watching someone's holiday video in a kind of way.
Yeah.
So, and it's memories for us. It's another reason why we did YouTube. That's what. But yeah, we won't like constantly walk around with a camera in our hands.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's just if there's something that we want to show, kind of thing, whilst we're there, sit down, get a beer, show what it was, show the menu for store, or this, that, and the other. That's the kind of vloggers that we are, really. We don't sit there and have an end goal of it. So
I know what you mean. We can be pretty much the same. We just film what we want. Yeah. Which is normally most things, but we kind of film what we want, and we have a different style to you, but it's the same idea. It's just bringing people along with you on your holiday, and that's what you do.
Yeah, I have to say though, I think Lee has raised one of the deepest philosophical issues that I've come across in recent weeks, which is about Pringles.
It's true.
Yeah, and one of his Disneyland Paris vlogs, he said that he'd seen somebody walking outside eating a can of Pringles, and he said, "No, it's just wrong. Pringles are an indoor crisp."
Yeah.
And I thought, how have I never realised this? Because yes, that's genius.
That's when you sat at home watching a film, Chris, not in a theme park. And I just sat there looking at him like.
It's so true. It is absolutely true. It's genius. Yeah.
You know when you have that look like, what is going on in someone's head? I had a glimpse and it was scary.
Yeah, I have to agree. As well as your holiday vlogs, you've done quite a few from UK theme parks as well, and you've also done some other ones. You've done some places where you've gone for beautiful walks in various beautiful locations, and also you mentioned and Southport.
That's right. But we started vlogging because we were going to Florida, but we started as the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
So obviously, the intention was gain a bit of traction, hopefully, and then get thing in Florida. Neither of us thought in a million years one of our most viewed would be a trip to Southport.
Yeah, I love that. Before we start getting hate mail, my mum lives in Southport, so I'm allowed to. So just for clarity, my mum lives there. It's okay.
And it's a rubbish vlog because it's like one of the first times it's so nervous on camera. Didn't know what to say. I think it's because we actually found a bar, didn't it? It was like
that little outdoor bar. Yeah. I think because we got a drink to go. That's why so many people.
So long, and then we found one. Everyone's probably like, right, where's this bloody bar?
We were dead excited just to get a draft beer for the first time in 6 months or something. We were like, oh my god.
I'd just love to know what's in the YouTube algorithm that just puts that one to the top.
I know.
Well, our most watched is Scare City.
Okay.
The first one? You've done 2 Scare City, haven't you?
We've done 3.
We've done
3.
Yeah, okay.
We've done 3 Scare Cities, and they did Christmas one, which we did, and they did
Camelot
the Camelot Rises that day.
Yeah, but I think it's the second one, and it's got something like nearly 30,000 views on it.
Okay.
But obviously, we now work with them. So
Cool.
whenever they have their events on, we normally get a message on the inbox saying,
Okay.
come down. And we're like, okay. But it's funny because the scare actors know us. So we went and
Okay.
we just,
That's good.
yeah, so we just go. They know our car. So we go full throttle. So we got pushed through.
So it gives away that element of surprise a little bit.
You just need to hire a car just for that evening.
I know, yeah, and scare them.
We went down because you were taking some pictures in a video. So he was doing like a trailer for them for their socials. And we were walking around, obviously, the old Camelot bit. And obviously all the cars are going through. So we're like tucked away in the dark, completely black, you know, trying to hide in. And one of the zombies just jumps on my back. And I'm like, oh my God. And he's just like, and then Mikey, who's the guy who does all the entertainment, he's like, my mission in life is to scare you. Thanks.
Right.
Thanks for that. All the cars get pulled up. And
Cheers, I'm getting back in the car again.
yeah, they look for our car during the film.
But it's been really good that they've massively helped us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Was that not your local when you were?
I'm from Preston, Lancashire, so yes,
Yeah.
Camelot, Blackpool, Southport, Morecambe.
It was mad just walking around it.
It was good. Camelot was my theme park as a child, so
yeah,
it was quite nice actually to see it.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Cool.
I think as well. I think this is really useful as just a way of promoting your channel as well, because actually you've done so many different UK vlogs, and I know we're all very much Florida based and such like, but you've actually chosen some amazing places. I know you've been across to Whitby, which is just up the road from where I live, but you've also done a lot of Lake District walks, and you did, was it Hell of Ellen?
Well, halfway.
Got halfway.
Yeah, no, but it's just, to me, that is great, because actually to me it shows that whole spirit of lockdown, which we were all sort of thinking of how we could actually go and do anything else. We all ended up doing all of this. You guys went out at your house and started doing something that you'd begun on a Disney basis prior to that, and I think it probably shows, as you know, as you'd like to think. I'd like to think we've got better at this over time, but for you guys, it's giving you that opportunity to just sort of have that on-screen sort of presence and deal with how you want to portray each of your vlogs. And I've got to say, it's been a delight just watching your shows and watching you guys develop as well. So that's why I'm looking forward to your trip.
But we try to start doing like either cheap or free things to do, because it's tough, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, the situation, the way that the UK is going at the moment and stuff, we just thought there needs to be something out there where you're showing free things to do or cheaper things. Because we've all got Merlin passes, or we've all got, you know, an annual pass for this, an annual pass for Disney, and it soon mounts up. People don't realise that you could be spending easily 100, 150, maybe 200 a month on just annual passes, and then you think,
although it's free at the time of you going, it's technically not, because are you paying that for content or because you enjoy doing it? So we were just like, we enjoy going to the theme parks, but we were just like, we enjoy being out though.
But we like going out for these walks and trying to find new places. He's literally got a list of places that he wants us to go and walk. So probably when we get that, that's probably what we'll end up doing.
Once summer hits, then we'll be out. A lot more.
And if anyone wants a little look, that one was at Druid's Temple in Ripon. Was it?
To see that.
Yeah, it was a fantastic one as well.
Not many people know about it, but
no, I didn't even have a clue about it until you told me.
Yes. It's a Yorkshire thing. We don't like to show off. The country, even though I'm a Scouser, even this side of the country, we like to keep things.
Raven Craig's walk to the top is something special.
Now, There's loads, but your channel is absolutely full of so many different things, and I can't help but advertise it for you because it's one of.
I appreciate that. I really do.
We're not being paid, honestly.
No,
non-spawn.
Nice thing about having you on the show and actually being able to say that, because you've got just over 1,000 subscribers.
I know we finally hit it.
Yay!
Our goal was to hit it before we went to Florida.
And
yeah,
I'm chuffed that we've done it without having a Florida vlog as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will help us.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah, it was so nice. We were literally both of us sat there, and I think one of our phones dinged it to say we'd got to subscribe, and then both of us just kind of, "Oh, what we on?" Our neighbours are probably like,
It'll be on 2004, you know it.
Yeah.
So, do you know something? That might be a really pertinent time to just say. So, where can people go and find you online? Let's enough of me sort of trying to advertise yourselves, because that's the purpose of this show. Where can people find you?
We are under C&L Wandering on YouTube, Instagram.
It's CL_Wandering.
And then Twitter is, I want to say C&L Wandering 1, or at C&L Wandering 1.
He's Twitter and Instagram, so that's normal.
Okay.
That's a good way of working it. Like that.
And what I'll do, I'll put all the links in the show notes and the description down below as well.
Cool. But yeah, we do all sorts of videos. At the moment, we've got a Disneyland Paris series going on at the moment. We've had past Disneyland Paris series. We've had our trips to WrestleMania. We've vlogged down. Like you said, cheap and free things to do. We've done all that. Chester Zoo, we go there a lot. We do a lot of zoos, to be fair. We enjoy a zoo.
Chester Zoo somewhere where it's literally 5 minutes from my mum's. So it's ideal.
Am I right? They do Dole Whip there.
Yeah.
You can get Dole Whip there.
Ooh.
Literally, the minute Chester Zoo is mentioned, I'm going Dole Whip.
Dole Whip.
Like, no, Dole Whip.
If the animals.
And Dole Whip.
Yeah.
How far away is Chester Zoo from Southport? Just asking for the next visit to Southport from my mum's, obviously.
It won't be that far.
I know it's not far. It's just I get into trouble for turning up at my mum's once in a while, and then suddenly it's like, oh, let's go and do this.
I'm taking to Chester Zoo, John.
I do that. I go to see my mum, and then my mum will go, so what time are you at the zoo then?
You didn't bring me a Dole Whip.
Right, sat there like, I can only deal with you for 20 minutes. I'm like, the thing is, my sister will see me, and I'll get a text message off her. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Oh, buy her a Dole Whip.
Yeah, Dole Whip is calling.
Yeah. So there'll be people listening to this who know exactly what we're talking about. It's just like that limitation of time, isn't it? It's just like, time the clock out. Let's go and do something else before I say something.
It's like, I love my parents, but bye.
See you later. Yeah.
It's been 20 minutes. I need a
I need a Dole Whip, and I probably need something stiff in it as well.
I come home from being at my mum's, and I'm like, I mean, just sometimes he's actually gone like that.
Right,
I'm just sat there like, it's 4:30 and you're pouring me a glass of wine. That'll do. Yeah.
Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. Has anyone seen the place in Disney Springs that now does Dole Whip, but the different versions with?
Can't wait to try that.
That looks really good. You can get a flight of Dole Whip.
Yeah, you've got chili lime habanero. Is there a lime one as well? I think so. The original one. Yeah, I can't wait to try that, and I can't wait to try the actual. At Wine Bar George.
Yeah.
You do the corksicles. And you've got a drink in there that's like a Frosito, but it's a Dole Whip version.
Ooh.
Okay.
So it's on my hit list.
Ooh.
I think there's a whole vlog worth of that, just to see how many Dole Whips does it take for you to get
a Dole Whip count in the corner.
To get sort of tipsy, bit drunk, paralytic. I think that'd be intriguing. I'm
looking for Wine Bar George because obviously when I seen it and when it opened, I think it was 2018. It might have opened.
So, yeah.
Around there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I've had it on my list because that's just my complete vibe. And the steak fries, every time I watch Tim and Jen and they get these steak fries at Wine Bar
They look
Joe,
amazing.
I'm like, my tea looks rubbish. I want that. So literally, I've had it on my hit list, and then obviously every time we've booked and we've got to obviously do our dining, I'm like, Wine Bar George, you've got it this time.
And I'm looking forward to trying that wine beer.
Yeah, there's a wine there that has been the process of it has been fermented like a beer.
Okay.
So he's not literally
I'm not a
wine drinker at all, are you? You know, when you go for these lovely meals, he's like, pint, please, or a whiskey. Yeah. So there's I think it was on Mr. Cheesy Pop, and he showed this wine that is for beer drinkers, and George actually recommended it to him. So I was like, remember that one?
So what other ADRs have you booked? So you've got Wine Bar George.
Yeah, Ohana's. I'm hoping
it changes to character.
To character dining because we've got it for breakfast. I did see a post in a group. I think it might have been like the gluten-free Disney one or something like that, and someone said to keep an eye on the price because the cast members there are saying it's going to change any day.
Okay.
And that was at some point last week. So fingers crossed. We've got Topolino's.
Oh, is that for breakfast?
Yes.
You'll love that. That's brilliant. We did that in November.
I can see the excitement in your face, Ben.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm stalking the app because we didn't book it for this. Something we're doing a budget trip, but now the characters are back, and now you don't have to be 2 meters from them. It's going to be a much nicer experience.
Yeah. Can't wait. Yeah. What else have we got? We've got the Space 220 Lounge.
Oh, nice.
We only went for the lounge because we were looking at the menu and it's just the prefix.
It just
doesn't work for us. It's too hot out there to eat a big meal.
Yeah.
We'd rather just pick at bits going round. The Grand Floridian Cafe. That's
nice.
That's nice. Yeah, we've done that. Yeah.
What else have I got? I think that might be it, because again, we're quick service. To us, it's just quite easy just to go on your mobile, get chicken nuggets, and away you go, kind of thing. We're quite happy with that.
We just snack, really, don't we?
Yeah.
And mobile orders everywhere now, so it's just so easy to do.
Yeah.
We used it in California, and it was brilliant because you just literally click, don't you? Like, I'm here, and then they're shouting you to say your food's there.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah, I think that's all the dining is.
With you being gluten intolerant.
Yeah.
We have to be careful.
We have to be careful, but it's good to show other people as well.
Yeah. Do you find quick service good for that?
Well, I believe now it's actually on there. So when I've actually been going on the app and, like making a mock order, you can actually do the gluten intolerant stuff.
Cool. Excellent.
Because it's not like a full-on allergy where I get really ill.
Yeah.
I know my limits. I can have a smidge and be slightly off.
Yeah.
You couldn't eat a full pizza.
I couldn't if I ate a full pizza for that week. But
she'd be that person who would want to sit next to you.
Yeah.
Oh, they are so good though with special diets, aren't they? Yeah.
I would take my hat off to Disney as well because I think certainly within the past 5, 6, 7 years, they have become so much better at actually accommodating people, and I think probably for yourselves, this trip will actually be a real eye opener because I know in 2019 we met with a family and they were gluten intolerant, and we previously met them in 2015 and they'd had a very tricky time, and in 2019 it was really improving. They had a fabulous trip, and they were certainly telling us that there seems to be an opening of a lot of minds within a lot of the Disney restaurants that this has to be done. Yeah. It's not a case of just ignoring it,
Yeah.
I think back 15 years, and it was fries with everything. Yeah. You're gonna find it absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Paris needs to pick up its game with allergy stuff because they offer just these little microwave meals as an alternative. So I have some tablets that I can take. So when we go to like the likes of Paris, where I know that I'm going to we'll just take them. And I'll be okay.
I mean, it's not just Disney. We're like going off topic. It's not just Disney. Like everybody needs to like we'll go place, and I feel for her sometimes because she can't stuff. But
I know that DLP has improved in recent years, and they do have lists of gluten-free food you can get.
But we watch Justin Scar as well, and he suffers with it, doesn't he? So and he's always found it difficult to eat in the past, but I mean, he's got a lot of it.
Cool.
Yeah, the struggle really is the snacks. It's not so much a meal, but as someone that like enjoys eating little snacks, that's where we're pushed out a little.
I mean, we'll get one. I'll probably eat most of it, and you'll just try it.
I'll have a tiny bit. But that's where they push. That's where they need to raise their game.
Yes,
gluten-free.
I think that's a really interesting thing, and I hope if you can get back to us, because we'll try and relay this on the podcast and such like, because I know from our month of April sort of DLP sort of focus, it was something Claire had said quite a lot, and she'd had a trip there and she was looking at vegan food, and there being very little choice as well. So if it's something that DLP are not doing, and maybe Walt Disney World are actually a lot more accommodating of, I think it'd be worth getting out to a lot of people who've got trips planned. You know, and I know it sounds a really silly thing to be thinking of, but it's your holiday, it's your life, and it's your body. And if it impacts upon your day in the park,
you feel. When I found out that I had this intolerance, you have to plan meals and you have to plan where you're going. You can't just like. I love pizza, but I can't go to an Italian. You know what I mean?
It's like if we order pizza now at home, we always have to order pizza because nowhere else
does a gluten.
You
know what I mean? And he's like, I really want a Papa John's, and I'm like, well, you can have a Papa John's. I have got no option. That's it. It has opened our eyes to different things. Like when you go to like Alton Towers, there's only one place in Alton Towers that serves a gluten-free burger.
That's not in it at the back end.
Yeah, that bit. There is like. Otherwise, I can't. Was it pizza pasta? No, pizza pasta. Sometimes have a gluten-free base. Sometimes. So if you're at a theme park all day, you could be happily eating away, and there's me with chips. And it only if the chips
it cooked in a
different fryer.
Well, certainly Walt Disney World. Last time we went, 2014, because Peter's allergic to bananas. And they went above and beyond. Everywhere we went, the chef would come out and talk to us. And we went to Tusker House, and the chef came out and took him around every dish and said, you know, basically, even though it was bananas and plantain, because plantain is obviously related. And it was a case of, well, there's a dish there that says fried plantain, and this dish there that says banana bread and butter pudding. So and there's a bunch of bananas over there. So I mean, it was fairly obvious and very easy to avoid, but they take so much care.
Banana would be used as a thickening agent for some.
Yes, absolutely. But even we went to Yachtsman, and the amazing onion rolls they have there. Peter wasn't allowed to have them because they're made in the same bread maker that was used to make banana bread, even though they cleaned it in between.
I would have been all right with it.
But... I actually snuck him a bit.
We were on about Ohana's, and obviously the bread that they give you for breakfast. I won't get that.
No. And the bread and butter pudding.
You're going to have to sneak a little bit. You see, I was like, just a slither.
With a ting.
Just wants to try it.
Oh.
I'll deal with that. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually going on a trip and being able to
enjoy food.
Yes.
So, because it's like when we went to Cuba.
That was just a nightmare.
Yeah, that was a nightmare already. But I struggled because everything, you know what I mean? I could only have either the chicken or the steak that they cook straight there, and they only give you like the piece like that big, the chips and a bit of salad, and it was like,
Oh.
Hey, for 2 weeks, I get the same meal every day.
Oh.
Oh no.
It's okay if you're doing like a short trip, but when it's like 2 weeks,
2 weeks,
it's
yeah.
just you get after day 3, you're bored of it.
Yeah. I can't wait to eat Disney chicken nuggets again.
Yeah.
Yes. Nothing beats a Disney chicken nugget.
No, that's it. Every trip we go, he's sat there enjoying these Disney chicken nuggets, and I'm like, Well, I had the hot dog on this current trip, but that was to try it. See, I think it was a new one or something.
Yeah.
So, but,
I mean, you have got tablets to take, so they
Yeah,
just slightly.
And mobile order is your friend. There's so much on there now you can just customize. So you can take bits out, and it's just nice and easy to do.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, that's fantastic. Can I just say a massive thank you to both of you for just taking the time to share a waffle with us, and actually you've just basically sort of led us towards your next trip, which you're going to vlog. So massive thank you. We look forward to seeing your trip. Have a wonderful trip.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yay.
I've got
You will.
house flies I take yet.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? You know, so anyway, do you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say the other bit as well, because everyone really likes this. It's like, it doesn't matter where you're planning a trip to, Disneyland Paris, Walt Disney World, or anywhere else, have a word with Neil and Karen over at Portwood Travel, who are our lovely partners. Look at this. And if you're watching this, Ben has seamlessly clicked on the button. If you're listening, you won't see it. So it's a really nice sort of visual bit there. So anyway, if you're listening on the podcast, there you go. Portwood Travel. And you can actually find the link to them on our show notes and on our website. But don't forget to tell them that we sent you. Mention about the website. We are at greatbritishmickeywaffle.com. Our socials are at gbmickeywaffle. If you're listening to the podcast, do please sort of leave us a review, or leave us, if you watch it on YouTube, just leave us a like, a thumbs up, anything. We like that. Going on from the 50th at Walt Disney World, the 30th at Disneyland Paris. We're celebrating and throwing a party of our very own for our 3rd anniversary of all the podcast things that we've been doing. And guess what? You're all invited, so don't miss out. That's all I'm saying.
I can't believe we're 3, or we're nearly 3.
Yeah.
3, yep.
I would have thought we got away with that for 3 years.
When we go to Disney, we have to start paying for tickets and food and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I tell you what, you know, you're talking about doing things that are free in your vlogs, Carina and Lee. We've got the most fantastic game coming up in our 3rd anniversary show.
Okay.
And we've got, somebody has drawn the straw where they have to celebrate a dream come true for free, or would let a date for less than $10. Right? I'm just saying, I'm leaving it out there. And the person who's got it in the draw isn't me. That's all. I'm gonna leave it there.
They're going to find it a challenge.
Yeah.
That's all we'll say.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna have a right good laugh at that anyway.
I'm just imagining them going around like every Starbucks getting like 3 cups of water all day.
I'm going to enjoy it. I really am. But guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Absolutely delighted. To my fellow wafflers, there's only one thing left to say. And Carina and Lee, you can join us if you want. One thing left to say. Until the next time. Waffle on.
Waffle on.
Waffle on.
Waffle on.